Whoa, two people showed up. Hello,
Hello.
how's it going?
Weather is pretty good. It's very nice.
I think
Better than Montreal right now.
it's like in the 70s right now, so. Oops. How are you guys doing? Thanks for joining the chat, guys. This is awesome.
Yay, it's more than two people.
There's 3 people watching now. Yes. It's a success.
Yay, Quebec. I have to say that Montreal is my favorite city in the world, and every time I go back, I get very nostalgic. I do really, really, really love it there.
No, I think here is like 70s right now, here in the Bay Area. So it's pretty comfortable. It'll probably go down to like the 50s.
Hello, person from Hong Kong. It's awesome. I'm glad we have people from Asia.
All right. Corwin from Hong Kong.
18 are watching. Wow, look at that. We're actually popular.
Hello.
Sausalito. Hey, that's not far.
Sausalito?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
We should like visit sometime. We're gonna head down there pretty soon, I think.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
Sacktown.
Describe California here, the park. It's nice. Weather's nice, palm trees, sunshine most of the time.
Where's your son from, Corwin?
SF. Wow, we've got people from everywhere. This is great.
Oh, wow. We're from Utah. Nice.
Yeah, definitely tell your son to come and check out our channel, you know, convert his element and maybe live in it for a little while. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jake.
Yes, a Canadian, BC.
There's only one Canadian.
No, there's another guy from Quebec.
Oh.
Although there's no Albertans, which is my hood.
Your hood?
Yes, my hood. I'm a gangster. Hot weather. How do we deal with hot weather? I think, well, we have this handy dandy little fan that we can plug in, a USB, and we try to open the side windows. We used to open the front windows until we got eaten alive of mosquitoes, and then we stopped doing that.
I think, well, I mean, the Bay Area at nighttime, it gets down to pretty comfortable weather anyway, in the 50s. I think during summertime, maybe 2 weeks out of the whole summer, it gets really, really hot.
Yeah.
Last summer, there was one night we like opened up the trunk and we basically left it open until we fall asleep.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty hot that night.
I don't know, you just have to deal with it, I guess. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. We've had our element for almost 3 years now. We bought it about half a year after we moved here. And it was just secondhand from a guy up in SF, and he took really good care of the car. So we were really lucky. We haven't had too many problems with the car.
Yeah, it was just mostly maintenance that we have to do, like oil change, replace tires, brake pads. So
How long have we been at this? Living in the van? We're coming up to 1 year. We're at 11 months right now. So almost 1 year.
I think
Right?
July 19th it'll be 1 year.
Yeah. Pretty soon.
It's about time of the year outdoor. How long have you guys been at this?
Do rock climb? Yes.
We both do rock climbing.
A good place to start? Indoor or outdoor? I mean, indoor, you can go to any gym probably and just learn how to rock climb, get a little bit stronger. And then outside, there's tons of places. Around here, you can go to Castle Rock. That's like the most accessible and the closest. I'm not sure. It's not my favorite place to go, but a lot of people go to it just because it's convenient.
Where's Jake from again? Trying to find out where you're from, Jake. I know you typed it in earlier.
Ah! Colorado. Okay.
Oh.
Wow, that's like rock climbing central.
I know. I mean, I think for us, if you go to any gym, any rock climbing gym to start off with, and then you start talking to people, making friends at the gym, some people are willing to take you out to climb, and
Yeah. That's how I got into climbing, really. I just met the right people and they took me out.
that's how we met.
We met in a climbing gym in Hong Kong, and then I told them, like, hey, come climb with me outside. I know some people. And then, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you, Eric.
Tell her to live in her element while she's going to college. It's so awesome.
Michigan could be a bit cold during winter time, though, so.
She might have to kind of modify it, make it a little warmer. We do move up the seats a little bit when we sleep, but we're only like, I'm 5'6", he's 5'7", and our platform is 5'3", so we only have to move it up just a couple inches and it's fine.
Yeah.
Or we can just stick our feet out the middle and that works out too.
We tiny little Asians.
I am not yet a chiropractor. I'm studying to be. Pretty close to being finished though, so yeah.
Do we have any advice buying used element? I don't know. The normal things that I check is basically brake pad. Like, ask them how often they do oil change. Check the color of the oil. If the oil is it's black, then it's a sign that they probably haven't did an oil change in a while.
Yeah.
Oil leaks. I check the bottom of the oil pan to see if it needs leakage.
Check the ground.
Yeah,
too.
check the ground. Mm-hmm. Check the timing belt to see if there are any cracks on it. If there is, I mean, I think replacing timing belts could get pretty expensive. Check the battery. I think that's pretty much all I checked. Lights, the usual stuff.
The guy we bought it off of made it super easy because he actually got the entire engine like steam cleaned, so you could see like everything. Usually when you buy something used, it's all greasy and oily in there, so it was actually really nice. But yeah, I don't know, sometimes if you just kind of look at the person also who you're buying from, the guy that we bought it from, like, you could tell that he really took care of the car. So I think that was like a big thing too.
It was actually our first element we saw, and then that same night, I think we made an offer.
Yeah.
I think it was. I mean, we got the car for $70. He posted up for what, $8,000.
$8,000.
And we tried to haggle down to, I think, $6,500.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we meet halfway, kind of $7,100.
Yeah.
And so for 2004, 140,000 miles. For $7,000, it was really expensive, I think.
Yeah.
But consider we're in the Bay Area, things are a bit more expensive, and he took care of the car really well, so I thought it was worth it.
Yeah. How many miles on the Element?
Right now, it has like 193,000.
We put on a lot of miles in this car because we tend to drive a lot.
So in 2.5 years, we put up almost 50,000 miles.
Yeah. It was pretty intense. Can we use a dual battery system or low watt zero breeze portable air conditioner with battery pack to stay cool?
I got your email, Cassandra. Thanks for all the emails and links that you sent me. I think the portable air conditioner that I checked out that you sent, it was like really big. I don't think it will fit in here. Yeah. And we also thought about doing like a dual battery system when we first set up the car, but it would just take up too much space.
So far, the little fan has been pretty good. It just gets like the air moving enough that we go to sleep pretty easy. I mean, we just like don't use blankets and stuff, and then yeah, so far we've been able to manage it pretty well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a contingency plan for the worst case scenario? Car totaled or stolen?
Good question, Chauncey.
The only thing that we really have done is we gave a friend a key in case we lock ourselves out or something.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we try to do the best we can to prevent it being stolen. Like, we try to empty out the front and keep the curtains closed and everything so that people can't see into the car. But yeah, no, we haven't really talked about that.
Yeah, if it gets stolen, I mean, it would be pretty bad, I guess. But I mean, nothing else we could do about it. As far as, if we need to fix the car and if we have to leave it at a garage overnight, we actually done this in Australia. We had to leave our van at a garage overnight. So we just told the guy, "Oh, can you, bring the car out at night?" And then we'll just sleep in it. And then the next day we just drove it back in. So
we haven't had to do that here yet, though. Everything has been able to be fixed in the same day, so nothing too bad.
Actually, one time we slept at our friend's house.
Oh, I don't even remember. Okay, how much do we save by living in our element monthly? I mean, that really depends on how much people's rent is. Like, our rent before was something like 1,200 something for the both of us for a room.
Not including utilities.
Yeah, not including utilities.
So including utilities would probably 1,500 for both of us for a room.
Yeah. So we saved that much per month at least, but then we're also paying more for gas just because we are driving more. So
and when we were looking at our own place, the cheapest in the Bay Area for a studio, like 400 square feet, probably about $2,000 a month. So that's how much we save. So 2,000 and up.
Yeah. So it's pretty decent amount.
Yep.
Phil, what's your job? What do you do?
I work in IT here for a startup company. Surprise, in Silicon Valley.
Like everybody else here.
Yeah. But I'm not like a high level IT guy, just like a very low level.
The secret is he watches he reads Reddit and watches YouTube all day.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a Goal Zero. We have the Yeti 150. So far, it's been pretty good. I think especially because we live here, we also have other places to charge things, so we're not like super dependent on it. We just use it mostly to charge our tablets and phones and cameras and stuff, which it does great. For our laptops, it will charge our laptop maybe to 3/4 of the way before it kind of goes out, and that's it. But we've only had to do that a few times, and that might be just because Phil wants to edit his videos or something like that, or I'm studying really late or something and I just need power. But it hasn't happened too often, and we can always just like bring the entire battery back into like the office or at school or something and plug it in and just have that charge up too, right?
Yeah. What do you do about winter, Brendan? If you live in your Astrovan in Michigan? Thanks, Billy. I do like the Astrovans. Especially the Astrovans. I've seen some like in the back, the windows like go up like this. Like really like all the way up actually. Kind of like a wing.
The wings.
The wings window. I don't know where you get those or how you install it, but I really want one of those. LX model.
I don't even know what the other models are.
I think ours is the EX. The only thing we regret not getting is getting a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. There's so many places that we wanted to go that are 4-wheel drive only.
Yeah. But when I was looking at the car, I was very specific on getting a manual because I like driving manual. And so it was kind of hard to get a 4-wheel drive with a manual combo together.
Yeah, for like a decent price. They're pretty expensive, I think.
And with the sunroof in the back, like the sunroof window,
that would have been nice.
That was really hard to find.
Yeah,
that would have been nice too. 6'2".
See, anybody can do it.
There you
Any
go.
night.
6'2". All you have to do is just bring the front seat up, and you
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
Should be fine. We do have one friend who's building out his van, and he's a bit taller than us, and he's like adding a little foot extension for his feet because he has to like move the seat up and then put that little extension up. So it's possible. There's ways around it. Gym membership. We have we go to one of the local gym chains, the climbing gyms, called Planet Granite, and yeah, it's really really nice. Like they've got everything there: hair dryers, towels, whatever.
Yeah.
So
They have a sauna, and they
Makes
open Monday through Friday. They open at 6 a.m. and they don't close until 11 at night. So
yeah,
it's pretty convenient.
it's very convenient.
If not, Target closes at midnight.
yeah. So if you have to go to the bathroom, at least you have that.
We have considered the e-camper idea when we first got the car. I think for us it would have been $8,000 to install one because we don't have the sunroof in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided not to because it was just too expensive, and there's really no reason to use it unless we go camping.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard to stealth camp with it, so
Yeah.
it wasn't worth it. So we'd rather save $8,000 on, I don't know.
We also have like the bike racks on the roof, and I really like cycling, so I wanted to keep our bike racks. And then we would have had to drive it all the way down to LA or San Diego or something to get it done too. So that was also like a lot of things that we just decided it wasn't worth it.
Hey Bolo, we will be doing like a cross-country trip at the end of December to Boston. That's where my family is, so we'll drive from here to Boston, and then we'll probably leave the States for a while. We'll travel outside the States. So that would be the end of van life for us.
For now.
For now, yeah.
I think we'll come back to it when we come back.
We have talked about, I don't know, getting a school bus
Yeah.
for our next adventure.
A bigger van or a school bus that we can convert, and I think it'd be really kind of fun.
But we're not selling this car. We're keeping this car at my mom's house, so she can use it. I mean, it still runs really well, and
we can still take everything out in the back too. Like
Yeah.
the shelf is only bolted in on the side, so we just have to like undo some screws, and we can take everything out. So it's pretty easy.
And the car, by the time we drive to Boston, the car will probably have well over 200,000 miles, and it's not really worth selling it.
Nobody wants. Some good advice from Eric about how to buy some used elements. Yeah, lots of things that I think like there's a lot of things that you could do that we didn't do because we didn't know to.
I definitely didn't check the suspension if they were good or bad. Well, we did a test drive, so
yeah, it felt fine.
fine.
Everything felt like drove fine, but yeah, there were probably other things we could have looked at. We were really lucky, I think.
no, Bolo, not the Warriors.
Oh yeah, oops.
I'm a big time Celtics fan.
He's from Boston, so. Alright. Hello, Washington State. And yes, Chauncey, I did practice chiropractic on Phil.
All the time.
All the time. He'd never tried it or heard of it before. I told him I was going to school for it. And I remember like the first week in, I had learned a couple of adjustments, and I was like, Phil, let me try it on you.
It was like first week. Like, you have no idea what you're doing. You're gonna break my neck and I'll become paralyzed for life.
Clearly that didn't happen. See, I mean, it's very, very, very unlikely. It's pretty much impossible. So
She's really good now, though.
yes, see, he is happy, and now whenever he wants an adjustment, he just says, hey, I think I need my neck cracked, or I think my new back cracked.
Hey, D. Griggs, thanks for making it. Glad you made it.
So yeah, we have a front wheel drive, yeah, and I guess it's the EX. I don't
Yeah,
actually
it is a
remember.
EX.
Yes. Has anyone recognized us from our blogs? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, no. We're not that famous.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I don't have. We don't have that many subscribers. So, yeah.
Only to you guys.
But I think our car is pretty easily recognizable because we have the bike rack and we have a couple stickers in the back window.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Is the Honda Element hard on gas? It's not bad. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. We thought that the mileage would go down when we put in all the weight, like all of our stuff, and also when Phil put on some off-road tires. But actually, in both cases, it didn't do that much. It kind of just went down a little bit. Like, what was it before?
City-wise, probably about 21 to 23 for city. Now, after I install off-road tires, now it's probably like 20 to 22. So it's only about a mile off. It's not a big deal.
On the highway, we can still get to 24 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The only thing is, once we, moved in and built everything in the back, it did lower the back of the Element about 2 to 3 inches.
Yeah.
But it did not affect the gas mileage at all. In the beginning, I was kind of worried about the suspension, but I don't know. It's been almost a year. It's been fine.
Yeah.
So it might wear out quicker than usual, but whatever.
John, good story. Accidentally honk the horn. I'm pretty sure I do that all the time. Especially when Phil's like, oh yeah, let's be stealthy. And then, of course, I'll like hit the horn by accident.
I just went on camping trips. And it was fun.
No, no, I don't think we're going to be staying in the Bay Area. We've been here for almost 3 years now, and I think we're pretty satisfied with our experience here. We just think it's time for us to move on and go somewhere else, and then explore another place. But it has been a really fun time living here. Like, it's been awesome exploring all the things around here and all the famous climbing places and being so close to the coast and the mountains. It's been really awesome.
And don't worry, sailing. We will keep on making videos.
As long as you guys keep watching, we'll keep making them.
Yeah. And I mean, you never know. We are heading over to Europe after our road trip. And we already kind of looking into maybe buying a vehicle there.
Yeah.
Depending how long we stay there, we don't know yet. So
yeah.
So you never know.
Hello, ABZ Gordon. I'm glad you're here too. And yeah, so Jake, we will keep you guys up to date on life. We do try to. I think we're gonna try to keep with the tiny living theme. So whether it's like a little apartment or a little tiny house or a tiny element, we'll try to keep with that and keep making videos.
Thanks, Steve. My wife is back.
She was so lonely when I was gone.
Steve works with me.
Oh man, it's funny. Corin, I'm glad that you got an Element. That's awesome. I hope your son enjoys it. Wow, 43 viewers. Yeah, almost 50. This is awesome.
I think it was at 45, 5 seconds ago.
We lost 2 viewers. Do we worry about leaving valuables in the Element? Not really. I mean, when I'm at school, I bring my laptop and everything with me. When he's at work, he brings his laptop and everything with him.
You do get worried, though, when we first started.
I do. There's some things like his camera or whatever that we're not always carrying around. So that's why I do really try to I put everything in the back, close the curtains and everything, and try to make it as less noticeable or less enticing to be stolen.
It's not so bad here in Silicon Valley in the South Bay Area. It's just a bit more sketchy when we go up to SF.
Yeah.
Because SF is pretty bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who got his
rental car stolen.
Who broke into the rental car and stole the DSLR camera and
all their luggage
and the computer. I think,
luggage
and
too.
And their MacBook. Yeah. And jackets and stuff.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Have we ever had a cop knocking on our car window at night while we're sleeping? Yeah, that happened
Yeah.
to us once along the coast. He just asked us like, "Why aren't you guys staying in a motel or a hotel or something?" And Phil literally just said, "Well, I have an element, and I thought we could just sleep in it. Like, well, and why not?" And then the cop was kind of like, "Okay." Yeah, he was really nice, and he was like, "All right, I'll just make sure no other cops come by and say anything as long as you guys are out of here in the morning." And we were gonna leave super early anyway, so it actually was a pretty positive experience for us.
Generally, Cubs are really nice about it. They don't really care if you live in your vehicle, as long as you know, be nice and
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
they'll respect it.
yeah. How
Hmm.
often do we use the thermal cooker? I'd say once every 2 weeks maybe or so on average, just because like we use it when we do our like long trips often. It's nice when I can cook in it before we leave, and then we drive like 6 hours or something, and then we have like a nice hot dinner when we get to wherever we're going. We don't use it quite as often when we're here during the week, mostly because it's like I have to cook in it in the morning or in the afternoon, and either I'm at school or he's at work or something, or I'm busy, so it's a little bit harder to use. But on the weekends, it's actually super super useful.
Atlanta music DJ, yes.
Bay Area,
He's from Sunnyvale too.
awesome. Um, After living in the South Bay for a while, Bolo, I don't think that we would
Being,
settle here
I don't.
permanently.
I think 3 years here is good enough. I don't think we'll
Yeah.
ever come back to California.
Yeah.
Um, well, given Vanessa is Canadian, and
Yeah.
I don't really have the desire to live in the States. Um, I like to move around a lot, but who knows? I mean,
Yeah. There's always a possibility, so we're going to keep our doors open and not really rule anything out yet. Yeah.
and I don't know if I'll move to Canada.
He will move to Canada. It'll just take some time, but I'll get him there. What type of camera? What type of camera do you use?
Oh,
So we'll get the camera. This is how we get into the back of the car seat.
sorry, you have to look at my butt for a second there. I use this little guy here. It's the Fujifilm X-T10 with a 16 millimeter
Prime lens.
prime lens at 1.4, and I also use a GoPro 4 silver. So that's all I use.
And his phone sometimes
my iPhone 7 sometimes,
when he's lazy.
and I edit all my videos on iMovie.
You're eating in Sunnyvale right now. That's awesome.
Nice.
We're probably
on,
not very far from you.
on El Camino.
Ito Yunto, you're thinking of doing van life? Best and worst part of living in a van? The best part is definitely like the mobility. Like if we want to go camping or anything, we just get up and go. We don't have to like pack and everything. We always have everything that we need with us. And I mean, obviously, we don't have to pay rent, so it's really nice. But I think really it's just that convenience of mobility. Like when he had to drop me off to the airport, we just drove up the night before and then slept really close to the airport so he could drop me off in the morning and then come back down to go to work rather than have to wake up early, drive out there, drive back, and everything like that. It was just easier for us to drive up there, sleep, and then have him drive me. We'll drive back to work.
Yeah.
The worst part, though.
The worst part, I don't know. For us, it's the element. So I don't know. Cooking outside, I guess. I mean, cooking outside is nice, but whenever we have to cook, we have to find a park or an empty parking lot, and we always have to especially in the urban area, we always kind of have to look around. And
There's always people looking at us.
there's always people looking, but I mean, after a while, you don't even care anymore. It would be nice to have like a van where we can cook inside and and be able to cook anywhere we want, like outside of, I don't know, a supermarket parking lot or something.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it really like
The wor-
deters you from wanting to like cook because you're like, oh, now you have to do that, and then we have to take it out, and then we have to clean everything, and then we have to shop for groceries. So I do think we like eat out a little more than we used to.
And I guess, I mean, Vanessa being a girl, you know, there's some,
I have to deal with things every month that is kind of annoying.
yeah.
That's probably for me the worst part, and maybe for Phil because he has to like deal with it too.
I'm okay with it. I don't really care. But I mean, it's not for everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
we know people that, tried it and it wasn't, after like 3 months, it wasn't for them, which is
Yeah.
fine too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Do we accept Bitcoin? No, we don't. I don't even know how to use it.
I don't think we've accepted any form of monetization, I guess, other than whatever YouTube does. I think the thermal cooker can it do rice? Actually, we tried using rice in the thermal cooker, and one of the problems with it is that we only have a single container thermal cooker. There are ones that have a separate compartment in it, and if you have that separate compartment, you can put the rice in the top, put as much liquid as you need, and then that's fine. But since we don't have that second compartment, we just have like the big pot. We tried putting rice in with all the other food, and we left it for like 4 to 6 hours, and we just got this like gross like mash afterwards of rice, and it was kind of gross. So if you do have that separate compartment, you definitely can do it. Or if you're just doing rice by itself, you can definitely do it. But if you want to do it with everything else, it could be bad, and you might want to like keep an eye on the time so you don't leave it for too long. What are our favorite places to shop for groceries? My favorite place is Sprouts because it's got a lot of like really cheap groceries for like, and it's like good food. So we do end up going to Safeway a lot just because it's close to where we are.
And we go to 99 Ranch a lot. It is really cheap,
That's
and
true.
we like our Asian
Asian food. Is parking okay in the large parking lot near Shoreline Amphitheater? I don't think we're familiar with that parking lot. We might have passed by it a few times. I do think you should check to see if there's any signs. Usually there are signs, like big signs nearby that say that you shouldn't park somewhere, or that it's going to be like, like there's a tow or a fine or something like that. It really depends. The video's not coming up.
I'm not sure. We might be experiencing some
Technical difficulties, perhaps.
yeah.
Hopefully you guys are still able to watch this. Okay. Let's see. Someone clicked a thumbs down. I'm so sad.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Can't please everybody. Oh, offline. Stream complete. What happened?
Drive somewhere.
Still going.
Huh?
Still going. Sorry, I feel like we're not sure if our stream is kind of dropping a little bit. The camera that Phil was using on his last hiking video, he used both cameras,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Where are my car keys? I don't know if you guys can hear us now. Maybe I'll drive somewhere that has better reception.
Alright, let's see if I can continue this while Phil's driving. What's the biggest unexpected perk of switching to van living? I think one perk has been that we're a lot more social. I feel like now that we kind of sometimes want to use a real kitchen, we'll ask friends if they want to have dinner, and we'll offer to cook at their house for them. And people are usually super receptive to that, so they'll just be like, okay, sure. So then we get to go and hang out at someone's house, we cook for them, and then they get a free meal, and we also get to cook in the kitchen. So that's pretty cool. For Wi-Fi, Phil uses his phone as a hotspot. He gets unlimited data through his company, so it's pretty easy for us to get Wi-Fi, and we just tether to it, so it's pretty easy. Bonfire, I can only donate in Bitcoin. Well, that's nice. I don't think we have anything set up for donations, actually, so.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you, though.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Do we think about having kids still in the van or settle down? Yeah, we've been thinking about like starting a family or something like that at some point. And we've had some talks about whether we do it and still live in a car or live in a van. And we've actually thought that it's probably feasible. And we've looked up a whole bunch of like blogs and like about people who've done it or have families in like in a bus or something like that. And yeah, we're totally down for it. I think we'd like to try it, actually.
Keeps on going on and off. Yeah.
All right, it's green now. All right.
Nah.
Go back to where you were.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Looks like we're having some trouble with our. The thumbs down went away. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry. For some reason, it keeps saying that our video output is really low and stuff. So hopefully you can still hear us and we're still we're not buffering too much. Hey Craig, it's a bummer we didn't get to see you, but definitely let us know if you come in town next time, and maybe we can have lunch. It's fine. We'll be here for the next 6 months at least. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Bolo, what do you do in the middle of the night and if you just need to go and use the restroom? Honestly, we have camped so much that it's not really a big deal to just like go outside and go to the washroom. I do personally like to try to find bush that I can go behind, but you know, you just kind of make do with what you have. So, yeah, after you do it a few times, it really becomes less and less weird.
Anywhere, really, I guess.
I mean, it's so much easier for guys. They can just go anywhere. Phil, you want In-N-Out? He loves In-N-Out.
We just had dinner. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Oh, it's funny. Claw Shack. I don't think I've ever tried that, actually. Claw Shack. Never been there.
Claw
I don't
Shack.
even think I've... Oh, I have been to Boiling Crab. We went there
We've
with
been
a
to
friend
Boiling
of
Crab,
yeah,
yeah.
with a friend of mine. Yeah, we should definitely try that one day. Thanks for the update. It's good to know you guys can still see and hear us.
Thanks, guys. All right. All is well. Good,
All
good,
is
good.
well. Do you think anyone could do van life at any age? In my 50s. That is totally fine. I think, seriously, anyone at any age can do it.
You can tell them about Japan.
Yeah, so we actually drove around Japan and lived in a van. We rented a car, like a little box car, and we slept in that too. And everywhere we slept, I swear, there were like all these other vans of like old Japanese like grandparents just living in the vans, and they'd like put their slippers outside the doors, and it was so funny. It was so cute. But yeah, I mean, those guys were pros too. Like, we had to learn stuff from them. They were all like so happy and so like, you know, like this is the life. So Yeah, I think anyone could do it.
Do whatever you want, Jake. Do whatever makes you happy.
All right.
The thumbs down went away.
Yeah. So Phil's carrier is what AT&T. I don't know.
Yeah, it's AT&T.
AT&T. Alright. Where do you plan on going in Europe? We have no idea yet where we're going in Europe. We are trying to figure out who to find because we've made friends that live all over the place in Europe, and so we're thinking we'll try to visit a bunch of them, but
Yeah, at that point, I think we'll be traveling on a budget. So
and in the middle of winter.
in the middle of winter. So I guess we'll go wherever we have friends that, and just stay with them for free.
If we do end up buying a vehicle there, then that'll make things a little bit more easy for us to get around and stay wherever we want. So
But even winter, I don't know if we can
yeah,
sleep in a van. It'll
We'll
be too
see.
cold.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. It's still being planned. Bitcoin paid for your rent for 2 years. Yeah, actually, I mean, I know about Bitcoin. We just haven't really set anything up to receive anything, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we can research it and get back to you on that.
Thanks, KB. How long is our sleeping platform? Our sleeping platform is 53 inches long, so it's like 3 inches shorter than
Me.
Vanessa. So when we sleep, our ankle do sticks out,
Yeah,
stick out.
a little bit.
A little bit.
Phil's feet will be like out here a little bit.
Yeah,
But it's totally fine.
but it's just not enough to bother me.
Yeah.
We got used to it by now anyway. Oh yeah, if you're 6 feet, you could definitely sleep in here comfortably.
Yeah, for sure.
You might have to adjust the seat every night, but you could definitely. The Element have a lot of room.
Yeah.
It's pretty spacious inside.
And the way it's made, like the front seats can really like fold and shift almost all the way forward just because it's made so you can bring things in and out, like really big things in and out the side doors. So it's completely doable.
Hey, D. Craigs, I used to live in Rockville for 2 years in Maryland. But
Cali's better.
Sacramento is not bad. I don't think Sac is too congested.
Yeah, there's not that many people. I mean, the road going from like this area, the Bay Area, to Sac can get really congested. I mean, traffic in general in California isn't the best, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay. I do have a unlimited plan, which the company pays for. So,
Alberta data is so expensive. Yeah, I feel like all data in Canada is expensive. The phone plans really suck in Canada, and I didn't really realize that until after I left Canada.
yeah. So I don't know how much my phone bill is.
He's lucky he doesn't have to look at it because we use it like way too much.
Yeah, Sacramento do get really hot in the summertime.
Yeah, this whole area does though. Bolo, a Patreon. I've looked at that actually. Yeah, I've seen other people do that. We haven't really talked about it yet.
I still feel kind of weird
Asking for donations. Yeah.
about not getting people, but having people donating
Yeah.
money to us. I mean, it's nice to have money, but
I guess it's weird because it's like Phil like has a full-time job right now, so it's like we feel like we appreciate your support and everything like that and watching us, and so it feels a little bit strange to ask for money, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of YouTubers set up the Patreon website and everything.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
maybe later on. But at this point, I still feel kind of weird about it.
Maybe once he quits and we're traveling, then maybe we'll set something up so we can help fund our other travels while we do that.
Yeah.
Malta near Sicily would be warmer than most of Europe. That's awesome. That's good to know. Yeah, hey, if you guys have any like suggestions for where to go in Europe and stuff, that'd be awesome. Like we were just thinking maybe we could go to some of the southern areas like in Spain or southern like in Greece or something like that. But part of it I feel like is that Phil just doesn't like to plan things and he just wants to play it by ear.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's ever going to be a real plan, but we'll have like if you can just input ideas, we'll we'll take them into account.
That's how I roll. The buddy heater is nice.
Yeah, actually we have a couple friends with a buddy heater and it looks like it would be pretty awesome.
But man, that's cold.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to go there when it's that cold out.
We have our down sleeping bags too, so it's pretty good for us. I mean, we winter camp in them in like tents, and so I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, we go winter camping a few times a year, I guess, and I don't know, the coldest is probably something in the 20 Fahrenheit. So, and we have really nice sleeping bags.
Yeah. Did we buy the tires from Walmart? No, Phil bought them from Amazon or something.
I bought them from AmericaTires.com and have it shipped to a local garage, and then they just installed it for me for like $80. They were expensive too. I think it was like, I don't know how much it was, but I think total it was like $600, something like that.
They're pretty nice tires, actually. So
Yeah.
far, so good.
The reason I got off-road tires because during one of the trip to Carrizo National Park, I don't know if you guys watched that video. We got stuck in the mud for like an hour.
It was awful. It was terrible.
It wasn't too bad. It was fun.
Well, it was fun after we got out, but for a long time I thought we would just be stuck there because the tire just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. I was like, okay, we're never getting
It got
out
pretty
of here.
deep at one point.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And the mud was really like that clay heavy stuff that just stuck to everything. So when we like walked around outside, your shoes would just add like 20 pounds on them just walking around. It was terrible.
Yeah, Jay. And phone bill it's like it could get up to like $100 a month. So you're saving a lot of money right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I quit my job, obviously I won't have the phone plan anymore. But I don't plan on getting a phone plan. I'll be just using Wi-Fi, which I used to do anyway. So it's not a big deal.
No more NBA for him.
It would just be like the old times, you know. If people can reach you, they can reach you. If not, I don't know, just leave a message or something until I have Wi-Fi to check. And hopefully there's nothing urgent. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I could continue with my phone plan. This is my phone.
Yeah.
See, it still flips like the good old days.
I keep telling her to upgrade to an iPhone at least, but she refused strongly.
I just love my flip phone. I just like the satisfaction of the flip. Are we gonna make more live videos in the future? Maybe. I mean,
I think
this
we
was
will.
our experiment, and I think it's gone pretty well. So
Yeah, we were
it's more people than we expected.
way more people than we expected. I think I was like so nervous. It's like, oh man, there's gonna be like 2 people watching, and it's gonna get really awkward. And
It'd just be a nice conversation between like 4 of us or something.
yeah, I guess so. But so far, it's pretty good. So we could. I think I will post this video up later on this week. This live stream up, and if it's, if people want another live stream, they could leave a comment in the comment section and say,
Yeah.
I'll like the video, and depending the feedback I get, then maybe we'll do like a once a month live stream,
Yeah.
or once every 2 weeks. I don't know, once every 2 weeks.
It's kind of a
sounds
lot. Maybe once
a
a
lot,
month.
yeah.
We'll
Once a
try
month.
once a month for now.
Yeah. It would be really cool when we're out traveling and do a live stream. It might be a little bit harder, but just to find Wi-Fi, like good Wi-Fi. But we'll see.
Yeah. D. Griggs, I actually do use walking sticks. I do have them, but Phil doesn't. We use them more like for winter hiking and stuff. We have used them like snowshoeing and stuff. But if it's really steep, I do like to bring them because I had some like knee pain a little bit before, and so I got the sticks and they really helped. Lately, we haven't been doing such long hikes, so as you can hear, we're next to the Caltrain. Super loud.
But yeah, I don't like using
Hiking
sticks because I like to have my hands
free.
free.
This is how he makes the videos.
Yeah.
Go to Portugal.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's-
we really do want to go to Portugal. Yeah.
Every time I see pictures of like the beaches there, I really want to go.
Yeah.
It's definitely my bucket list.
We have no idea how it's going to be in the winter, though. So.
I heard people say it's warmer
It's
than
warm. Yeah, I
other
guess
countries, I
Sweden is
guess.
too.
We do have a friend who lives in Norway, so we will go up there. And
In
it'll
the
be
middle
really
of winter.
cold.
It's going to be so awful. But it'll be nice to visit them and see, like, the Norwegian culture in its prime element. What is the worst thing about people?
Oh man.
For Phil, I think Phil just doesn't like people in general in crowds. So he doesn't like going anywhere where there's too many people.
I avoid like crowded places.
Otherwise, I don't know. We haven't had that many negative experiences in terms of like our van living thing. Yeah. I don't know.
People have been pretty nice.
Yeah, very accepting and very, very, very kind about it.
Yeah.
Nothing too bad.
There was actually one homeless guy who saw us cooking in a car, who found out we live in a car, and he actually tried to help us find housing.
Yeah.
And he was homeless himself. He was living in a car, but he wasn't living in his car
By choice.
by choice.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he was really nice. He tried to help us find housing, but we were just like, yeah.
We were choosing to do this.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like strange, but he was so kind. Like he was like, I know of resources that you could, contact and go to and stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah. Actually, when he brought that up, I didn't even think about it like that we are technically homeless. Like I've never labeled ourselves that way. Like, and until he said that, and then I was like, oh, I guess we kind of are homeless. But at the same time, like this is our home. Like we don't
Yeah.
feel like we are homeless at all. So
Depends on your lifestyle, I guess.
yeah. Ton, we actually have gone to Thailand. We went there
Many times.
many times. Yeah, like
Not by choice sometimes.
yeah, Bangkok seems to be like the place to go if you want to go anywhere else. So we just end up going back there a lot. So yeah, we traveled for a while before we moved here, and that was like one of the places we went. So we got way templed out though. We went to Myanmar, and it was like temples everywhere. After that, we were just like done with it after.
Yeah. I do have an aunt that lives in San Francisco, but that's about it. My whole family's in Boston, and Vanessa's family's in Calgary
And Hong Kong.
and Hong Kong.
Yeah, my family's kind of spread out. Jake, yeah, that snow cave was pretty epic. It was awful while we were making it. It was so much work. It was so tiring, and everyone was like soaking wet afterwards. But it was actually really awesome. It was a really fun time, and it was one of those things, that you always wanted to do when you were a kid. And then this was like the first time we were ever really able to like live it out.
But the only reason we decided to make the snow cave is we didn't want to hike like 4 miles more.
Correction, Phil didn't want to hike 4
I didn't
miles
want
more. And so we all decided that we would just build an ice cave. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right. If you end up driving in Europe, do some research about tolls. Oh man. Okay. Good to know.
Wow.
Yeah, we did not know that Italy had so many tolls.
Hey, how did that did those pictures help, Emily, about the cargo net? Let me know. Let me know how it went.
Ah, a drone, Von Fair. He's been looking at drones for the last like 2 months, I swear. He was like, "Oh, the video is amazing and everything," but
I was thinking either getting the Mavic or the Spark, but after doing a lot of research and asking other YouTubers about it, I decided not to get one because there were a couple people who I asked and they said they got their drones confiscated at the airport during customs, and they wouldn't give them back. So, and every country have different rules, and I just don't feel like, doing research every time I go to a different country.
Yeah,
And,
it's kind of a hassle.
and I just don't like that feeling, like worry that my drone will get taken away. That's like $600, $1,000 gone right there. But I don't know. Maybe one day when we settle down a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe I'll get one. But I do really like the footage that comes out.
There's also a lot of places that have a lot of rules about it. Like, I know when we went to Zion, they had a bunch of like signs everywhere saying you can't have a drone.
Oh, all national
And-
parks bans it.
Yeah,
They don't
and
allow.
anywhere that's within, a certain radius of airports and all that. So we ended up not
Yeah.
doing it. Flip City, I like your name. Flip Phones, yeah. Thank you for the support. Do we know Nate from Element Van Life? We've actually messaged him a couple of times, and we've talked about maybe like meeting up at some point, but
Yeah.
we don't know him personally. It'd be pretty cool.
I know he's in San Diego right now, and I messaged him and let him know if you ever come up to the Bay Area, we should meet up.
Yeah, it'd be
So-
pretty cool.
He's I think he's from Boston too, so two Bostonians.
It must be you.
Living in the
Boston
element.
people.
It's a Boston thing.
Car of choice is Element. When we get back from Europe, will we buy a van or RV? Maybe. I mean, we'll still have this car, so we might still live in this one for a little while. But there's a possibility we'll get a van or a bus. Unlikely we get an RV because we don't really like that RVs are so obvious and you can't really customize it the way you want it.
I think it has more to do with like being able to build it with our own hands and
Our own way.
make it the way we want to look.
Yeah.
But I think a school bus would be a really cool idea because school bus is cheap,
Yeah.
way cheaper than an RV, and we could.
There's a lot of space on a school bus. Although we probably wouldn't get one of the really long school buses, probably one of the short shuttle ones.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, Flip City, we'll definitely put up the video. And what's our favorite trail mix?
I don't know. I don't really like trail mix that much.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm allergic to like half the nuts in the world. So if I eat trail mix, it's usually like, I just try to pick out the things I can eat. So we don't actually eat much trail mix.
We bring a lot of
Granola bars,
we
oatmeal.
bring a lot of chocolate. Yeah,
Phil loves
granola
chocolate.
bars, oatmeal, instant oatmeals, potato chips. Very
So Phil gets free snacks at work. That's why this is happening.
it's very unhealthy hiking snacks. So
Bags of Smarties and everything. Thank you, D. Griggs. That's very, very kind. What would be our dream car if money is not an object?
it was the Sprinter van.
It was. For a while, that was like our dream mansion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, I don't know, because
I came really close to purchasing a Sprinter van sometime last year. I think the guy was selling on eBay, and I think he was selling for $20,000. And the bid ended with no winning bids. So I sent the guy an email asking him if he was willing to sell it for $14,000. I didn't get a reply back. And then I think a week later, I checked on eBay, and he actually sold it for $16,000. I guess he reposted the listing on eBay, and so
Yeah.
I think I would have paid $16,000 for that Sprinter van. It was pretty nice.
I think now if we are thinking about a van, we're looking at the Toyota Hiace, and that's really only if we could buy it in like Canada, because they don't really have them here in the States for some reason.
Yeah.
And so if we were in Canada, we would maybe look for like a 4-wheel drive Toyota Hiace. They're a pretty sweet car. Sweet van.
Yep.
Alright. Hello from Central Florida. Hello, Florida.
Do you
Oh,
like
like-
Florida? I used to live in Orlando for a while, for 6 months actually.
And you hated it.
I hated it. Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Barcelona. Yeah, we'll definitely go. Have a good night, D. Griggs. We'll see you later.
Talk to you later.
5 a.m. Wow. Well, I'm glad you stayed up for this.
Where? Who's that in?
5 a.m. Comes quick.
Oh yeah.
Van Skizzy. I haven't had any trouble coming back and forth to Canada. I mean, because I'm Canadian, so it's pretty easy. I have a student visa here too, so as long as I have all my paperwork, it's been really easy. I was a little worried after the election because I went back to Canada really soon after Trump put in that ban and stuff like that. I mean, it had nothing to do with me, but I just thought the airports would be crazy and stuff. So, but I had no problems. So it was.
But actually, in 2 weeks, we doing a road trip up to
up
Calgary.
to Canada, yeah, Calgary.
So it'll be our first time,
Driving the van across the
driving
border.
the car
Yeah,
across the border.
the car. Yeah, so we'll see. Is it possible to do what we do but tow a 5x8 cargo trailer? So off of an Element.
I think so.
Yeah.
It might be
Oh.
really, really slow going uphill though,
Yeah.
because the Element is not a very powerful car. I think it's only a 4-cylinder engine,
Yeah.
so you might have a little bit trouble accelerate. Yeah.
It's already for us, when we accelerate, you can tell, when we're driving down to LA and stuff, we're definitely pretty slow. So yeah, if you're towing, it might be a little bit harder, a little bit slower. Drone Life. Send me your PO box info.
Awesome, Emily. Glad it helped.
Isuzu Rodeo. I don't know anything about this car, but I
Oh,
mean,
that's I think that's a SUV, right? The Rodeo.
if it's an SUV, I think you can definitely do it. I mean, the fact that our friend was able to make his Prius into a camper van, I feel like any car now can be
Actually,
done.
we have another friend who lives kind of part time in her Infinity FX.
Oh yeah, that's
Infinity
right.
FX. So she lives in it part time. So if she can do it, I'm sure you can in the Rodeo.
Yeah. Have we ever considered using a one-burner butane stove to save room? We actually really like having the double burner because we tend to use both at the same time. So, we have the single camping stove, and sometimes Phil said he uses it by itself. But we really like having both, so we can cook 2 things at a time. Maybe it's just me. I like having 3 or 4 things going at the same time. So having only 2 is already kind of a sacrifice.
Yeah.
What makes us happy after a long dragging day?
Taking a nap. I like to sleep.
Phil's always tired. You see the rings around his eyes.
No, that's just from it's a DNA thing.
Yeah, his dad looks exactly the same.
It's not because I'm tired or unhealthy. Or maybe a little bit.
Someone did tell you to eat more vegetables in
Yeah.
the comments. Oh, it's pretty funny. Do we keep in touch with family? Yes, we do. I actually think after we started making the videos, my family was like,
I don't know if your mom watches them.
my mom watches them.
Really?
I'm pretty sure she does. At least, and I know your mom watches them too.
Yeah,
she
my mom
leaves us comments and
Yeah.
stuff. But I think it gives them kind of a better overview of what we're doing and stuff, and so it makes them a little more comfortable.
And my
But-
mom texts me every day anyway. So.
Yeah. And I have a chat with my family that is kind of an ongoing thing. So. Let's see. If you decide to go with another vehicle, would you trade in your existing element or buy a car? Another vehicle and transition into it. I think. I don't know. I guess.
I think we decided that we're gonna keep the element.
Yeah.
That we're keeping the element and not sell it because I don't think we'll get that much money for it.
Yeah.
It's an old car and it's really high mileage. So
We had a little bit of like back and forth about this because we were kind of set on leaving this area and we thought, well, we can just sell the car and make a little bit of money before we leave. But then, like, after we thought about that, we were both like, but this car is our home. And then, you know, we got this really big sense of like, oh, we don't want to see it go and everything. So after that, then that was when we decided we'd give it to his mom to keep for a little while for us while we were traveling and whatnot. So we might keep this car and then have another van. I think those things we really are not sure yet.
it'll be a while. It'll be
Yeah.
a long time.
Phil doesn't like planning. Like, he doesn't even know what we're doing this weekend. So, I mean, he's just asking about things that are going to happen in a couple of years. It's like, we have no idea.
Oh yeah, they have plenty of all-wheel drive vans, Jay. Just gotta look for them.
Do we shop at Costco? No, we really don't because it's just too hard to buy in bulk in this van. We have nowhere to store anything. So, I think the only thing I've ever gotten is I get a friend to buy me the bagels because the bagels are super good.
Bagels.
Yes, bagels. I don't say them weird.
Oh, good. So you hate Florida too.
Join the club. Van Skizzy, have we ever gotten stuck with the element in the backcountry? So yeah, that was what we were saying about being stuck in the Carrizo National Plain.
Yeah.
It was just like really heavy mud, and we just like ran into it.
And there was no signal either. It was at like 11 o'clock at night, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there was no signal, so I don't. Our friend ended up coming to help us out.
Yeah.
But if they didn't come, then I don't know.
We might have been stuck for a long time.
Probably just have to wait till the next day and wait until someone drive by.
Yeah. 5 foot long, 42 inches wide, 3 feet high.
Oh wow, it's only 5 foot long.
Really, really small. I mean, if you're less than 5 foot, then that might be fine. I mean, maybe if your seats can go forward, that might give you a little bit more space. But there's one guy that we know who lives in the back of his sedan, and he just got one of those inflatable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they are, but
it's like a filler space.
Yeah. So it fills in like the leg space, and then it gives you this kind of like sleeping space in the back seat. But I mean, you're obviously not able to stretch out and stuff. So he says he has to put his legs like into the front seat and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're willing, you can make anything work. Yeah. Honestly.
Hi, Wai Ching.
Hi, Wai Ching.
How do you know that your home is right outside in the parking lot?
How do you work knowing that your home is right outside?
It's fantastic.
He goes out and sleeps at lunch.
I go outside and take a nap. And in the morning, sometimes I don't always park outside of work. Maybe once in a while. But when I do, it's pretty nice. You just get out of the car and you're right there.
Yeah. I mean, if he has it during the day, then it is outside of work, and then I guess it's easy for him to like make lunch
during my lunch
sometimes
break.
or go and sleep in it. Swiss room box. Oh, that's something that we haven't looked at before.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Swiss room box.
Convert vehicles to mini RVs. Something we can look at. Do we plan our meals ahead of time? Sometimes. Usually ahead of time means that day. So that's like we'll go to the grocery store and say we're going to make this. If we're going to a friend's house to cook, then maybe we'll think about something a little bit more that we can, use appliances that we don't normally have access to, like an oven. I might try to do something using an oven or a blender or something that we have to use power for,
Mm-hmm.
So The only other time we do plan meals ahead of time is maybe when we go on these hikes and I'm doing the thermal cooker. So I think that might be, yeah, that's about the extent of it. We don't really plan too much.
Yeah, usually I plan it because I'm usually the one who cooks.
Yeah, yes. At this point, it's because I have to be at school late
Yeah.
working, so Phil gets the joy of planning and making her food.
But I think we do go out to eat probably, I don't know,
A couple times.
3 to 5 times a week,
Yeah.
maybe.
Depending on how we're feeling or what else we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, we do try to make enough food for, say, like that dinner and the next day's lunch, so we don't have to make food for the lunch and stuff, but it's definitely harder in the car.
Oh man, I don't know.
Something we don't like about the Element?
I think I think we kind of biased about it because we built this thing, you know, with our own hands.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time building it. We lived in it,
Customizing
customizing it. So for us, it's like we really, really like love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any.
I think for Phil, the biggest thing he complains about is that we can't cook inside.
Yeah.
And
But as far as the car itself, I don't know. I mean, it accelerate kind of slow.
yeah,
That's about it.
yeah. I mean, the usable space in here is just amazing. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
And actually, Phil did cook inside once. He made instant noodles on our little table
Yeah, it did.
because it was really cold outside.
Well, you're a tiny moon dancer.
Oh yeah, hey, that's perfect for you.
It's perfect then.
We often tell people like that this Element really works well for us because of our height. And like, because there are like tall people ask us, you know, like there's a couple of you guys that asked at 6 foot if you can do it. And yeah, you can. You just have to like, you know, you have to move the seat up every time. Whereas, you know, we might not. We don't have to. So, yeah.
The bathrooms are haunted. Like, is
Hey,
this
I've been to Calgary Court. I used to go there all the time with my friends.
really?
But I didn't know the bathrooms were haunted.
Why is it haunted?
It's like a really like sketchy kind of very authentic kind of
really?
like Chinese like Tang too.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
But the last time I went there, we not the last time, but the most memorable time that I went there, we had a very nice present in our soup noodle. It was like a fly or something like that. It
Oh.
was pretty gross.
Maybe I won't go there.
So I
then.
don't know who gone that many times after that.
How much water do we carry in our van? We always have like a 1 gallon clean, drinkable water
Yeah.
jug.
And whatever we put in our water bottles too.
Yeah,
So we have
like
a couple water bottles here and there.
water bottles.
Yeah.
But when we do go on trips, we do have a 7-gallon water jug in the back, and I usually fill it all the way up,
Yeah.
depending how many days we go
Yeah.
off grid.
It lasts us quite a long time if we don't use anything if we don't like take showers and stuff. If we take showers, then it's like 3 people can take a shower and then we can use it for cooking and cleaning for like a full weekend. So if we
Yeah.
don't shower, we could probably use it for cooking and cleaning for like a week. or
And if
something.
any of you wondering how we shower, I actually made a video about it. So go check it out.
How to make the rotisserie chicken avocado buns. Oh, it's such a good one. Phil actually found this recipe and it's like super, super delicious.
It's so you just buy the chicken at the supermarket for like $7, right? It's already roasted, it's already cooked, so all you have to do is just like cut it up, and then you buy avocados, I think lime, onions. What else did we put in it?
Lime, onion, chicken, avocado.
I think that's it. Just
Yeah.
chicken, avocado, and lime, and then you add salt and pepper. Just kind of mix it all in.
And, I think red onion, right? Is it red onion?
It's red onion, yeah,
Red onion. Yeah.
and that's it. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's so awesome. It's so easy to make. And it's like, then you don't have to cook and like clean. You don't have to pull out anything. I mean,
Yeah.
the biggest thing is you just have to shred that chicken and that's it.
You can just make sandwiches, or you can just eat that by itself.
It's super good.
I think it's pretty healthy.
So, Brian, you haven't found many YouTubers staying in a major city with a cargo trailer. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that many people either. Um,
It's pretty tough finding parking, I think.
yeah, it's just harder to manage, I feel like. Plus, you kind of have to go back there to get your stuff all the time. Like, if people need extra storage here, often you're going to see them have big roof boxes more
Mhm.
than you're going to see them have, like, a trailer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people with small trailers and stuff, but not the people that, like, live in their cars and stuff. I haven't seen that many.
hmm we fill our water either, I don't know, at the gym, office, or at school.
Yeah. Phil just
Um,
uses the showers. He goes into
yeah.
the shower and just fills it up there.
yeah.
Makes it easy. Wow, Bitcoin is $2,000.
What?
That's a lot.
Really?
I know that it went up like super fast, but I no idea anything about it now.
Yeah. No, we don't. I don't even think about the back seats. I think if I ever want to install the back seats, I could just, I don't know, go to a junkyard and find something there. But no, not really. I mean, we have no use of it, and then, so no, we don't regret it.
Yeah, so far it's been fine, and I mean it's just nice having that space open actually. So we do have a roof rack, but we just have two bike racks on it, and that's all we have used it for really. We haven't ever carried anything else on it. We just have put the bikes up. But the annoying thing about putting bikes up there is like you literally have to climb up onto the roof to get it on and off. So it's kind of an adventure every time. And so,
Yep.
and actually we made the decision not to actually store our bikes on the roof because originally I thought we could do that, but because there have been a lot of people like stealing bikes and things, we just didn't want to give people that one extra thing to, maybe try to, break a car or steal a bike or whatever, or give them any reason to, go after a car. So now we just store our bikes at a friend's house.
We do have wet wipes
Yeah,
that we carry at all times.
they're pretty useful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Actually, it's baby wet.
Baby wipes.
It's not adult wipes, but I think they're the same, right?
Baby wipes are awesome.
They smell better, I think.
Gentle on the skin.
I mean, with baby wipes, I think they use less chemicals too, so
It's true.
I feel like it's better.
Juan Fair, wow, you really made a good investment then at the time.
You're really trying to sell this Bitcoin thing, Vaughn.
Well, we'll look into it after.
So, guys, I think we're gonna. Oh man, it's been almost an hour and a half. So I think we're gonna do this for maybe 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna
We'll
call it
say
a night
goodbye.
because we got tickets to go see Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So, yeah, don't want to be late for that. So yeah,
Let's see. Vanskizzy said, "Are there any places in Calgary that you want to take Phil?" I actually brought him to Calgary last year, and I took him climbing up in Lake Louise. So it's pretty awesome. Like I really wanted him to see that, just because it's like so incredibly scenic. But in Calgary, I took him to my favorite Vietnamese sub place, that little hole in the wall in the corner, just in downtown, at the edge near the Henry Hall building or something building. I don't even remember, but yeah, he really liked it. It was really good. And where else? In Calgary, I honestly don't feel like there's a ton of places that I think are awesome. I just really love Banff, so I always feel like if I bring people, it's like just to go to the mountains.
the first time I visited was last summer, and I really enjoyed it. The city itself, it was a little bit blah, but it was nice. I liked it.
It was quiet at the time, so he kind of liked it more.
I don't think I'll ever move there though, because they start snowing in August, I think.
Yeah, but then it goes away. It's just like freak hailstorms or something, and then it goes away, and then we get nice Chinooks in the winter. So It's better than some places in Canada.
Yeah.
Are we members of Touchstone gyms? We are not members at any of the Touchstone gyms, but we have climbed at a couple of them.
Yeah.
We go to the studio once in a while because we've had some friends who are members and they bring us along. But I've heard there's a lot of other really good ones that we actually haven't really. It's just so easy for us to stay with like Plant Granite, and like if we're in SF, we can go to the one in SF. And we even went to the one in Portland because we were in Portland, and
Yeah. It was nice.
It's really nice, yeah.
Any flat tires ever? Luckily, no. So,
Yeah, so far so good. Actually, the reason Phil put these off-road tires on was because he found this massive nail
oh yeah.
in our old tire, but it had punctured it and also sealed it at the same time. So we weren't actually losing any air
Yeah.
and hadn't noticed it.
Yeah, I don't know when it happened.
It
So,
could have been ages ago. It was completely flat, like the nail. So
yeah.
does bad breath come into play every morning for each other?
Well, we're husband and wife, so we kind of have to deal with it. Just have to suck it up.
Yeah, I mean, our like toothbrush is right there, so we can just brush your teeth. Although Phil doesn't always. He just flosses with his little flosser,
Yeah.
and he says that's good enough. It's not always enough.
Thanks for coming, Moon Dancer.
Yeah. Thank you. When you park at night, is it scary if you park in a place with no other van dwellers or other vehicles?
I think at first it is pretty
Scary.
scary. I don't know if it's scary, it's just questionable.
Yeah. It really depends on where it is, though.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of whether there's other vans or not, I think it's really the location. You know, if we're parking in front of a place that seems like, you know, an apartment building or something like that, like we feel safe. Like in neighborhoods, it usually feels pretty safe.
Yeah. I don't know. I think after a while you just get used to it.
Yeah.
You don't even kind of think about it. I mean, of course, you know, be safe and
Be smart about it.
Be smart about it, but
Yeah, the very first day that we lived in a van in Australia, I think we drove for like a good hour, just like around to different places because we like didn't know where to park, and then we ended up like parking in kind of like not a great area of
no,
Sydney.
we parked in front of an apartment complex.
It was in front of parking. Yeah, it was, but it wasn't a great area because we'd heard that other van dwellers lived in the area, so we were like, all right. But then it felt really sketchy, and there were people like walking past us like all night on the street, and yeah, that was probably the most like scary, time. But it only took like a couple nights, and then we just go anywhere, and we had no problems anymore.
Yeah. So meh. Yeah, we heard Wonder Woman was really good, so
Yeah.
we're looking forward to
Phil's been
Right.
wanting to go since last week, but I told him I had to study for my exam and write my exam before he was allowed to watch it.
Hey, Calvin. Our
Banu!
Calvin is our TVB TVB celebrity supporter.
One day, maybe you'll see us on TVB, but our Chinese is not great, so I mean, it's okay, but it's not great.
Yeah. I do make a lot of funny faces.
Jackets, yeah. We definitely try to get compactable ones we can squish down. I had to severely limit the number of sweaters I own, which is really, really difficult for me. And so now I have only like 3 or 4, but yeah, that was kind of a hard time for me. I used to have like 20 sweaters. Yeah, but for the jackets, we do have like a couple of winter jackets that are just stored underneath, so we keep those bigger, bulkier things at the bottom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I hate 3D movies because I hate wearing those glasses, and it's really expensive. Really not worth it.
The seats that rumble are kind of interesting.
They're kind of cool.
I don't think we've done it in a theater, but like we went to Great America like a couple weeks ago, and they had a pretty cool like 4D ride thing.
Yeah.
And that was actually really fun. That was pretty cool.
Thanks, Jake. We'll see you next time. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end it right here. So thanks for coming to hang out with us. We didn't expect 40 people gonna be watching us.
Almost 50.
Almost 50 in the beginning.
That was when our stream dropped, so I'm gonna blame that.
Yeah. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'm gonna repost this stream maybe tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night.